Hi, everybody. I hope you're having a really lovely day. Unfortunately, this is going to be our last lesson together. I've had so much fun teaching you guys this summer, though. It's been great practice for me to become a teacher. And I really hope you've enjoyed and you've learned a lot while learning with me. And I hope you're super excited to go back to school soon. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started on our last lesson together today. It is all going to be about the words two, and two, okay? There's three different kinds of two. If you didn't know that, we have T-O, T-O-O, or T-W-O. So today you're going to be able to learn how to identify the differences between two, and two. So what's the difference? There's three different kinds. It's so confusing, right? So we have T, W, O, the number, which is the number two, okay? So two, that's the number. T-O-O is going to mean, you're gonna use T-O-O when writing, when you have more of something, if it's also or more, okay, so that's the definition. But if you're expressing like yourself like, it's too cold, or I have too much food, or if you have a lot of something, or I have too little, right? So that's where we use T-O-O. Just think of it as using more, or really trying to express maybe the way that you're writing with the word two. And then we have T-O, okay? This is going to be used for everything else. This is going to be, I went to the store. My mom went to the park. I want to go to the park. I want to go to the store. I want to eat lunch. T-O is just the basic form of two. So there's three twos, okay? The T-W-O here in yellow, the number two, I have two dogs, okay? This is going to give you an example of an amount, okay? That's when we use T-W-O. We have T-O-O, also or more. This is when we use it when we're trying to express a little bit more with our word two, or it's too cold. Or we have T-O, and this is used for everything else, every other type of way to say something when using the word two. So I went to the store. So more examples, I want to read a book, okay? We are going to use the form T-O. The car was way too cold, okay? So maybe it was winter time and the car was way too cold, okay? So we use T-O-O because we are expressing that it's a little bit more than just the basic T-O. Or she is 2 years old, okay? T-W-O, we're showing an amount. Two is number, okay? With that being said, you don't need any materials today for today's lesson. However, if you would like to go and gather materials, please feel free to pause this video and gather one piece of paper and a pen or pencil, and you can fill out these examples of filling in the missing blank. So today we're going to be filling in the missing blank of the word T-O, two, T-O-O, two, or T-W-O, okay? So which two are we going to use for this sentence? It says, let's go to the park, okay? Are we going to use the number two? Are we going to show that we have also or more of something? Or are we just going to use the basic T-O to show what we're using it for everything else? So let's go to the park. If I was to say, let's go to the park, that wouldn't make sense, the T-W-O, right? We're gonna cross that one off. Let's go to the park. That doesn't make sense because we're not really showing more of something or less. We're gonna go ahead and use the T-O. So I am going to write T-O in here for you. And if you would like to write this example down, please feel free to, okay? So let's go to the park. Okay, we're using this just because it's basic. It is an everything else type of a two. So we are going to say, let's go to the park. All right, let's move on to our next one. I am going to buy sunglasses for the beach. Okay, for this given example, we are going to use not the number T-W-O, not to T-O-O, because we are not showing more of something. We are going to use the basic T-O, okay? We only use this when we are showing everything else, okay? I want to go somewhere when you just want to use, when you want to express the word to, T-O, you're just using that for everything else, okay? You're not showing more of something, you're not showing less. So these are our examples here in yellow. T-W-O, remember, is the number 2. T-O-O is when you show also or more of something, and T-O is used for everything else. All right, so our next example. Next week, I am driving to California. Oops. All right, so again, here we go. I am driving to California. Would I use the number 2? I am driving to California. Well, there's not 2 Californias, so I'm not going to use 2 like the number 2, right? So that doesn't make sense. I am driving to California. Well, I'm not talking about going to multiple parts of California. I'm not saying anything more about California, so that won't work. So I'm just going to use our basic T-O. Next week, I am driving to California. Great. So now we have our picture taken away here. Okay, so we're going to try really hard to figure this out on our own, which form of to we're going to be using. So we ate too much food, okay? This one here, we are going to use T-O-O, okay? We ate too much food, okay? Much is going to be that key word right here. I'll underline this. Much is going to be that key word because we are showing more of something. So when we say we ate too much food, we want to express that a little bit more by adding the T-O-O to show there's too much food. Just think when you use T-O-O, you're going to exaggerate the pronunciation of to a little bit more. So now we have our next one. Declan was too tired. So I'm going to use T-O-O again because I want to show that there we go. I want to show that Declan is too tired, okay? He's very tired. So for our next one, it says here, let me go ahead and share my screen with you again. It says, I picked too many apples, okay? So again, we're going to use T-O-O, right? Because we want to show we picked too many apples. Our key word there is going to be many to tell us, okay, we picked a lot of apples, okay? And I want to show that by saying T-O-O. Riley told me he likes baseball. I like baseball too, okay? For this one, we're going to use, do we use T-O? I like baseball too. Or do we use T-O-O? I like baseball too, okay? You're agreeing with something, okay? So we're showing more of something. One person likes baseball. I like baseball too. So we're going to use T-O-O. So to cover that, I hope you guys understand that when we use T-O-O, that just shows that we are trying to show more of something. For our next one, she got 2 questions wrong on her test. Okay, she got 2 questions wrong on her test. Remember, how do I spell the number 2? Is it T-O-O? No, because we just spelled T-O-O using how many to use for how many. Is it T-O? She got 2 questions wrong, or is it T-W-O? Right, it is T-W-O. She got 2 questions wrong, okay? The hint here is going to be 2 questions wrong on her test, okay? So we know, okay, my example is asking for an amount, right? A number, so that's why we use 2. When I was 2 years old, I learned how to say the word no. Okay, so here we're talking about an age, right? Our hint is going to be years old. We're talking about an age, so the number 2. When I was 2 years old, I learned how to say the word no. Okay, give you some time to write that. So using TWO shows us that we are wanting a number. I have 2 stickers, okay? Again, we want to use a number. So the number 2 is all that is the only word that I can fill in the blank with. That is the only number we are using for this example. I have 2 stickers. So now we're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and review just a little bit. So we ate too much food. Okay, so we are using TOO to show we are eating too much. Okay, we are asking for more. Declan was too tired. Okay, he was very tired. So very, also, more. Those are all things to keep in mind when using TOO. I picked too many apples, right? Many is our key word here to show us that we need to use the number TOO, or the word TOO. Riley told me he likes baseball. I like baseball too, right? I am agreeing with somebody who also likes baseball. So that's one or more persons agreeing to liking baseball. She got 2 questions wrong on her test. Okay, so now they're asking for an amount, and the other form of 2 is TWO, which shows an amount. When I was 2 years old, I learned how to say the word no. Okay, when I was 2 years old, I learned how to say the word no. So it's asking for an age. I have 2 stickers, right? So this is asking for an amount, 2, TWO. So now we're going to review that I can statement. So I can identify the difference between 2, 2, and 2. They all might sound the same, however, they are spelt differently and they have different meanings. So I hope by this activity, you were able to understand the difference between each 2, and you were able to identify and apply yourself to filling in the correct 2 word. So during your free time, I would like for you to try using these words 2, 2, and 2 in different forms while speaking or writing. Go ahead and pull out that piece of paper, write down these 3 different versions of 2. You have TO, TOO, and TWO. Go ahead and make up a sentence using each of those forms of 2. Share with someone nearby. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for joining me on all my lessons this summer. I had so much fun teaching you guys, and I wish you guys all the best in your future elementary career. So have a great day. Bye.